Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang. With me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. First, you know him, you love him, Nate, the little goon Foss.
We're here.
And also with us is everyone's favorite, Dan, the Statman Scully.
I'm sad.
Also sad.
We're all sad. This is probably going to be a half depressing, half hell yeah, let's go episode. I think everybody kind of knows why. So let's just get right into it. Spoiler alert: if you didn't see it this weekend, unfortunately, the ladies' season did come to an end against Penn State. I'm going to pass it over to Dan, and we will go over the results of those two contests.
So, best of 3 series against Penn State down at Pagula for the second weekend in a row. We never had the lead at all in this series, unfortunately. Penn State opens up the scoring in the second period on Friday afternoon. Early in the period. And then late in the period, they tack on the insurance marker. That would do it for scoring until late in the third. No quitting the Tigers. There never is. There never will be. Lindsay Maloney says, I don't want my season to end. I don't want my Tiger career to end. Scores a goal with just over 30 seconds left to play with the assist to Addie Alvarez, but it wouldn't be enough to send the game to an extra frame, and the Tigers would lose 2-1.
They almost got one.
Mm-hmm.
They
so close.
almost got one with like 8 seconds left. It was one of those instances where I think they just ran out of time.
Another couple seconds, they might be able to reset.
If that Maloney goal comes like earlier in the period, I think they tie it up, and who knows at that point.
Yeah.
Because for the first time, it really seemed like RAT was outplaying Penn State in the third period. And it's just tough. But Penn State's that good. That's the crazy part.
44 saves for Sophia.
Mm-hmm. Again, it wasn't without the effort. The effort was there. Yeah.
24 saves in the second period.
Yeah. Just kept them in it.
Yep.
That's all you can ask for.
We don't have saves broken down by period in our record book. I'm curious where that would stand.
It's got to be up there
in a playoff game, no less.
That was a lot of saves in the playoff game.
Tessa Janicki, 19 for 22 in the faceoff circle.
Penn State as a whole, 37 wins, only 15 losses in the circle.
Yeah, that hurts.
Do you want to know the story of the game?
That's it right there.
Hard to score without the puck.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Sometimes you do it. Men's team does against Bentley. 13 blocks for the Tigers, 4 by Bailey Kale. Laying out to keep the season alive.
Yeah, I have some thoughts, but I'll save them for the end of season episode.
Yeah. That won't be for a while either, for all of you wondering. We'll probably hold off on that until everyone's done.
Until the men's season's over.
Yeah, and then we'll do them both 2 separate episodes, just for those who are wondering.
Saturday, unfortunately, a shutout for Penn State, 4-0. Final goal was an empty netter. Started off with a scary play. Happy to see that not only is Jordan Bear okay, but she's able to get back out there on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
It looked bad.
And that was a scary hit.
And nothing that Penn State did wrong either.
It was a weird.
It's just a weird collision.
Yeah.
Just really.
It wasn't in no way intentional.
Penn State opened the scoring in the first. Tigers ended up with a 5-minute power play late in the first period on a 5-inning game for hitting from behind. Couldn't do anything with it, unfortunately. Julie Goff would score on a Penn State power play. And then less than a minute later, Lindy Lobdell, 3-0, and then the empty netter in the third. Again, no quit in the Tigers. 15 blocks, 33 saves for Sophia. Another day where the Tigers just did not do well in the face-off circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, that one was a hard pill to swallow.
And overall, we're happy.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's hard because I thought going in they definitely had a chance to win the series the way they played Penn State all year.
Mm-hmm.
And I there was not one point maybe until the third Penn State goal went in where I thought maybe RAT could even after the third goal. It was early in the second. I mean, you honestly started to think that maybe they can come back in this game and and if they get to a game 3, who knows? Those are always crapshoots anyway. And last year we wouldn't have said that.
No.
2 years ago we wouldn't
Not
have said that. No offense to those teams, but they just weren't good enough to beat Penn State. I thought this team was good enough to beat Penn State at least once, if not squeak out a Cinderella weekend and move on to play Mercyhurst or Robert Morris. But sucks.
It does suck.
Just Penn State is that good. And you know what? That's the standard.
There's just a juggernaut.
The Penn State the last couple of years have been the standard in our conference. That's where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not there yet, but we're close.
We're getting there.
Sometimes you have to lose in these games to win these games. And for a fact the girls coming back next year aren't going to want to do that again.
No. Especially how Saturday ended with not one goal being scored.
And you know what? Celeste is one of the coaches that helped put the building blocks together for the team
100%.
that Penn State is right now.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
Before she got there, Penn State women's hockey sucked. They were bad. They were really bad.
They were really bad. They were a joke.
I don't want to say a joke, but they were not what they are today. They haven't always been the juggernaut that they are now, but Celeste, along with the rest of the coaching staff there, helped build that. And I think you can kind of start to see it here.
Yep.
Where we had some good players come in this year. We had some good players that were already here. And
yeah, Emma Pickering, Addie Alvarez, those two made impacts immediately. Sophia stepped up big.
And I know Sarah Coe probably didn't have the year she wanted to have.
No.
But she stole some games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Sophia stole a bunch of games this year. I mean, we went from winning 7 games in the 3 years prior to 13 this year.
Pretty good.
We doubled up our conference wins from the last 3 years this year. We beat everybody in our conference at least once. And I know we said it last week, but you win 2 more of those Lindenwood games. You don't lose to Syracuse twice. You don't lose that second Robert Morris game down there.
You're in a
Don't lose the
whole
other
other
Robert
position.
Morris. Like this season had a chance to be completely different,
Oh yeah.
and I think it's correctable things that will be that can be the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a year for Kylie too.
Oh yeah.
26 points, 10 goals. She had a breakout year.
She had a great season.
Junior. Eddie Alvarez second on the team as a freshman. What? This
She's
team
outstanding
is,
there.
and they're losing some pieces. They're losing Emma Rowland, which sucks. I want her to come back and play another year. And like I said, we don't know anything on any of the seniors that are
No. That
who's
could
coming back, who's
theoretically
not,
returning.
who might be. I'm sure we'll find out about that hopefully relatively soon.
Yeah.
I feel like that stuff usually comes out pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And some players that, maybe have a good off season and can come in next year and have a big impact too. Apparently the girls coming in next year are really good, according to Dom. Can't wait to see that.
He said he's putting together some scouting reports soon, so
Sick.
Gotta get Dom on here to
He allows me.
That's what we gotta do.
What did he say about Kaylee Favreau? That she's got Pickering speed, but who said something? Whoever she's got the shot of somebody. I don't remember.
I don't
Nolan's
remember
shot?
now either. Yeah, Nolan's. Yeah, Jamie Nolan's.
Nolan's
shot.
shot,
pre-injury
Pickering speed.
Nolan shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
scary.
what we call unfair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the player we've been begging for years. Great. Yay. No, but seriously, this team this year, all in all, I don't want to talk about the depressing stuff, but I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we can talk about it in the season recap too. But
yeah.
All in all, it was a stepping stone for this program. They were picked to finish 6th.
And finished 4th.
And finished 4th, and we're in tight games for most of it with Penn State, the team that could go on to the NCAA tournament. They could win a game or two. They can beat anybody in the NCAA tournament. Penn State if they're playing their game, and they have one of the best players in the country in Janicki, and it's not fair. And
if they get to the tournament, it will be due in part majorly because of her.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's only a sophomore.
You're kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that. One bit. Dan's hand is in his face.
It's Xanon all over again.
Alyssa Machado's a senior, but has a year of eligibility.
Oh my God.
Look, this is the team you need to beat.
Yeah.
This is the team you need to beat. Yeah, the team you can be. It's very good team. And they're the standard in our conference, and that's where we want to be. I'm curious. Dude, Zanin had 34 points with Ohio State this year. What?
Wow.
Lord.
Lordy.
Anyway.
I think she might be good.
Yeah, she might be good. So kind of like
a certain Penn State player should take that route and go transfer to another school. Maybe a bigger school and a better conference.
That's the hint, Janicki. Do that.
Or a bigger school.
You want to go be a Buckeye? You want to go be a Buckeye? It's a little closer to home too.
So yeah, the women.
Did we just lose JJ?
We lost sound. I think we lost JJ.
Nope, you're gone back.
Oh, we're back. All right.
There we
you're
go. My microphone
horribly
got glitchy.
desynced from your video, but that's beside the point.
Whoa. How bad am I now, Dan? Now I'm curious.
You're bad enough where we're putting better JJ in.
Oh, don't do that. That's right. Good thing we stopped the recording anyway before we go over to the men's side, which is what we're about to do.
No, we didn't even do the other playoff series that happened, buddy.
Oh, crap, you're right. Well, yeah. All right, Dan, I'll let you take that score then before we do that.
Good Lord.
Seems like the bar to clear was 5 goals in the other series between Mercyhurst and Robert Morris. RMU shuts out the Lakers on Friday at Mercyhurst Ice Arena, Ice Center, whatever it's called. 5-0.
4 third period goals too. That was
Jesus.
they ran away with it. Now, the 2 could have been empty nets, but which they were. But
It
still,
says one of
that's
them was, but not the other.
oh. Oh yeah. All right. Well, hey. I think our group chat was like, what?
We couldn't believe it. We could
Hello.
not believe it.
18 shots in the second period for Robert Morris.
Wow.
Then Mercyhurst put up a 5 spot on Saturday to Robert Morris's 2.
3 third period goals for the Lakers.
Including 2 empty netters that
2
day.
empty netters, but still.
And that would send the series to a deciding game 3, where Mercyhurst would put up 6 to Robert Morris's 1 to take the series in 3 games. 3 first period goals for Mercyhurst on Sunday.
Wow.
Crazy.
The Saturday game was way closer than the score reflected. Also, just so we know, we're aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a game where that could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Mercyhurst takes the lead back with just under 10 minutes to play in the third period, and then the other two are empty net goals there. So that one could have turned around easily. So that sets up a single game championship on Saturday, 2 o'clock at Pagula Ice Arena for Penn State and Mercyhurst.
I feel like we're going to end up saying that quite a bit the next few years, unless things turn around for other teams, because those 2 programs are just juggernauts.
Nah,
we're playing in the championship game next year.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I can see
I think
that.
so. I'm not saying we're gonna win it, but we could.
Well, and if they keep the same playoff format, anybody can win a single game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will be interested to see what that looks like next year.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if
If
they'll
they're
just go
gonna
back
keep
to...
it and wait until Delaware comes in 2 years, or I'll also be curious too, because there's a rumor that Michigan and Michigan State are gonna add women's hockey, and I wonder if they create a Big Ten for the women.
Ooh, that could
Because
be
that would pull
interesting.
Penn State out, and then Delaware would be the 6th team to keep the auto bid.
That would be interesting.
That throws a wrinkle
That'd be really
into
interesting.
everything, because then the WCHA loses 3 teams.
That would be really interesting to see how that one plays out.
Yeah. Again, it's a rumor.
That's speculation for a later day.
But overall, good season. Good luck to both Penn State and Mercyhurst, even though I hate both of you. It's one of those things where after the championship game, we'll be fans of either team in the tournament because you should always root for your conference because it's good for the conference. And like I said, Penn State could win a game or two in that tournament. Right now, they'd be going to Colgate
They could be
to
Colgate.
play Minnesota. And then maybe Colgate if they win.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually,
maybe not.
That was last weekend. The women's pairwise will be interesting. Whatever. No big deal. We can talk about it when it happens. But yeah, I know they'd still be going to Colgate to play Minnesota. Wow, is right.
Mhm.
That would be a heck of a game.
That would be interesting.
Did you see Abby Murphy take the slap shot into the empty net on Saturday?
Oh, that was funny.
Beauty.
And
Absolute beauty.
And then one of
and then
the
she bit it.
And then one of the UMD players tries to get in her face, and the linesman knew exactly what was going to happen.
Just tackles her.
Get over here.
I love it. I'm all for it.
Oh,
Good,
God.
right? That's how rivalry games should end. That is exactly how. Could you imagine if Gonzo did that against Niagara? Oh.
No, we don't need DQs.
Well, for them, who cares if they get it? We're not going to get DQs if they incite a fight.
All depends on whether we retaliate or not.
Okay, that's fair.
Here's what you do when you do that. You do that and you get back to the bench.
Yep.
As fast as you can.
Oh, jeez. All right, so jumping over to the men's side now, we had 2 games against rival Canisius this past weekend. Both games were pretty awesome in the end, especially Friday and the absolute slaughter that turned into. So I will pitch it over to Nate so we can start the timeline of how that total slaughter went, and we will go from there.
One final regular season game at the Palestini Center, and I say regular season because on Thursday night we clinched the regular season championship for the second year in a row. Thank you, Bentley. Watching Holy Cross absolutely collapse at the end of that game was a beautiful thing. I enjoyed it very much. 2 face-off violation penalties on the same face-off. Absolutely beautiful.
So good.
Absolutely
beautiful. That's also, yeah. You know they were complaining about it.
Oh, I thought the coach was getting one too. He was screaming.
I thought he was going to get chucked. He was going nuts.
And then Bentley scored to make it 5-1. Anyway, big game. Even though it didn't really mean much for us, I was
gonna say these games theoretically meant nothing, but that
you want to go into playoffs playing well. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand Canisius. So
no, I kind of hate them a lot. Also,
this game was a sandwich.
Yeah,
Trey Funk got the first goal for Canisius, and then Canisius would not score again until the last goal of the game. RIT scored 9 in between. Matthew Wild is as hot as an oven right now. He is on fire. Everything he shoots is going in. Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't think that through.
Crack.
Anyway, I got to think of something better for the next game. And then Grady Hobbs, who's been playing well as of recently. It almost makes me wonder if maybe he was dealing with a little bit of an injury. And now he's finally back to full health because he's been playing well the last couple of weeks. I think he needed a puck to go in the net for him, and it finally did.
Yeah.
Last weekend, and then he gets another one this weekend. Tanner Andrew in front of all his friends and family, including his brother. Sorry, Hunter.
No, not sorry, Hunter.
No, goes up 3-1. This one actually turned out to be the game winner as well. Hey, look, when Christian Catalano's not in the penalty box, he's pretty good at hockey. Pretty good.
That's to be on the next T-shirt we make.
Gets another one. What a night for the freshman line. The freshmen had a heck of a night in this one. Elijah Gonzalez gets another one, and then Tyler Mahan on the breakaway. Initial shot was stopped. It went right back to his stick, and he roofed it over poor Davey. Yeah, he had a night. Matthew Wild again. This kid is good, man. If he's
Dude,
not getting consideration for rookie, I don't think he's gonna win rookie of the year in Atlantic hockey, but he
I think he
should.
will.
Matteo Giampa. That guy's pretty good. He had 2 points in this game. As much as I want Wild to win it, that's probably who's gonna win it. I mean, he leads Canisius in points by 11 with 33. He's got 18 goals. Wild's got 15 though, so we'll see. Yeah, shut him down this weekend. Thank you. Christian Catalano gets his second on the power play, and then Crossley Stewart on a 4-on-1.
Oh, that was
one of the weirdest plays I have ever
how
seen.
that 4-on-1 came to be, I don't know, but it worked out well for us, so who cares?
It was nearly a 4-on-0 if that guy had
the guy didn't come off the bench. Yeah.
Did you imagine that?
Imagine if it was a 4-on-0. Oh.
If I'm watching the play develop, I'm like, I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Well, neither did Gene. Technically, he was like, "What is this?" That's direct quote on the call.
Meanwhile, Jonathan Tulio was just laughing like a madman.
That was so funny.
I think we all were at this point. When this one went in.
Like, I'm sitting there watching the replay of it, and I'm just going, if I'm this goaltender, I'm like, mother effer, like, what is, like, they had the worst game of their season by far, and now this happens. Like, what?
David Fessenden made 41 saves in this game, and you wouldn't even know it. He made 41 saves in this game. Dude, you have no idea.
Shocked he lasted as long as he did. I thought they were gonna pull him in the middle of the second.
It's not like he was playing bad.
They're down 6-1. I thought he's getting yanked. Yeah. I'm like they're gonna let Houston play.
And then Alex Houston played for about 13 seconds.
Yeah, and then
he had an equipment issue. Yeah,
his skate broke. Did
it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. His from what I heard, is the blade. It didn't come off his blade. That was the issue. If it had come off, you can pop a new one right back in.
Oh, true.
It broke, but they couldn't get it out.
Talk about bad luck.
Good Lord,
that sucks.
That's
and then Ethan Robertson came in and he played Saturday, and this kid's good. He's a freshman.
He had some talent.
Yeah, he's a good goaltender, which is scary.
Oh my God, Canisius blocked 25 shots.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had 53 shots on goal.
Again, you never would have guessed it because we scored 9 times.
We scored 9 goals. You would have thought Canisius played like garbage in this game, and they really didn't play that bad.
We just played that much better.
We capitalized on our opportunities.
Canisius blocked more shots than they put on goal.
That is a stat of the year.
I remember sitting there in the first period at the second intermission going like, man, the only bad thing about this game is that Canisius takes no shots and Tommy's giving up a goal. Like, damn, the save percentage is going to be in the toilet this game.
Yeah.
What was his save percentage?
Well, that's pretty much been the story in the second half. Is like we don't give up a lot of shots in these games, but he lets in 2 or 3, and it's just like, damn.
It's still a 9-13 in this game for Tommy, though.
That's not bad.
Oh, I thought that was his on the season save percentage.
What's his on the season right now?
924.
Jesus.
Jeez, and that's 9th in the country.
Good Lord.
Isaac Posh from St. Cloud has a 936.
In how many games?
In only 7 games, though. So.
Okay, so that's not really.
The ranking on ECH has a minimum of 20% of team games, so.
I wouldn't count him.
Jason Grandy has a 929.
Lordy.
Yeah, here's the thing. Tommy's played 30 games. None of these, other than Kyle McClellan from Wisconsin, who's got 932. No, none of these other goalies have played a lot. So
no.
Or Ryan Bischel. He's got a 927, but he let in 3 against us, so that's bum. Anyway, Canisius did get one at the end. Didn't matter.
No, they got laughed out of their own. We laughed them out of our house.
And yeah, they got they got beat, and they got beat bad.
Yeah, that was
That
perfect way to end the last regular season game at GPC with that
it was
literal destruction of Canisius, and then
and
the
it ended the
ceremony
losing streak
afterwards.
at GPC too.
Yes, that was huge.
We hadn't beaten Canisius at home since the Frozen 4 reunion 4 years ago.
Yikes!
I don't know how many games, but it was
Yikes!
You know who was
including 3 in a row in overtime.
You know who was on the stat group for that Frozen 4 game?
You?
Well, I wasn't. It's not the answer I was looking for, but it is correct.
I'm not wrong, am I? I got the right answer
you were looking for.
Someone who's playing professional hockey.
Nope.
Taylor Baker.
No idea. Taylor Baker?
Was she actually?
Uh-huh. She worked for
Wow.
Sports Info.
I did not know that.
So what you're saying is we should go down to New York and you can flex that card and get us free tickets.
I don't think that's going to work.
I used to work with her. Give us tickets.
I don't think that's going to work.
Hey, man, you never know.
I'd rather go up to Toronto anyway, 'cause it's a little closer.
Before the season started, all of their home games were sold out.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that's not gonna work then.
That's tough. Never mind. Well, I thought I saw that they were moving some to Scotiabank. Anyway,
Maybe.
I think a bunch of us were curious if they were going to touch the trophy or not, and I'm glad they did.
And we know why.
I'm glad they celebrated the way they did too, because and I said it a bunch that it's not, the trophy doesn't matter. It's not the money why. Like, it matters, and it's an accomplishment that should be celebrated because it's not an easy trophy to win.
No.
We went 12 years without winning one before last year. It's not an easy trophy to win.
And the fact they won it back to back is even bigger.
Back to back, by the margin that they did. We won the regular season by 8 points this year.
And let's also say this too. We were the first team in the NCAA Division I men's side to clinch their conference title.
And that's a compliment to the rest of the country too, which I've been saying college hockey is wide open this year. But it was a good celebration. I'm glad that we did it, and we had to turn the page really quick because I think that helps. Because we had a game on Saturday, but good win Friday night. I was exhausted after that.
Ride.
What was I?
Yeah, it was a long night. It was a fun one though. And
oh yeah,
7 different goal scorers for our 7.
Yes, because Catalano.
Yeah, 7 different goal scorers in this game, which is what you want to see. And 3 of them weren't Carter Wilkie, Coda Laskowski, and Gianfranco Casera, which is also good because the depth of this team is unbelievable.
It's going to be the key to how far you go in the postseason as well.
Mm-hmm.
If the only line scoring is that first,
who do you
line,
put your top line out against?
Yeah.
Who do you put your top line out against? It's obviously the Wilkie line, but then you've got the freshman line who is hot right now, coming and getting hot at the right time. Those guys aren't playing like freshmen anymore. I think at the start of the year they were playing like freshmen. They were still adapting to the speed, and you saw it a lot mostly with Catalano.
Yeah,
which I think that's why he ended up taking penalties, is because he was out of position. A lot of the minor penalties were because he was, stuck out of position, trying to get back in and whatever. But they're starting to play like vets that have been in this league for 2-3 years, and that's a scary thought.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, again.
Another great game for him.
Another good game. Move on. Next.
What else do we say? Tommy did well. In other news, water is wet.
I didn't have to do much, but all right.
Yeah, he kind of just stood there.
Next. Saturday.
Also a sandwich.
Also a sandwich. 1,335 people. Oh, Friday game, second straight sellout at the Policini Center too, by the way, which is awesome. Love that. 1,335 in attendance at the Tiger Center. Probably about 900 of them were RIT fans. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that. I got off the elevator and I just looked over to the other side where they were taking tickets and the box office was, and I did not see a single piece of blue and gold apparel.
Which is pathetic because that was their senior night. You'd
And
think
there
that's the game they're
were
gonna
a
have
good
most
amount of
people
Canisius fans there too. It was a good crowd. Probably one of the better crowds I've seen there for an RIT Canisius game. I mean, when you have 16 seniors, there's a lot of parents and family. Dan, your thing you just did it again.
Yeah, it did. I don't know what's going on.
Dan's computer is possessed.
Dan, I don't like to go at the officials a lot, which is a lie. These guys
Yes, it
were
is a lie.
awful.
Oh
These
my
guys were horrible.
God, watch that stream. I was throwing almost through my head
Thank
with the
you.
TV multiple times.
Thank you for your rule book. I used it on Saturday.
Oh
You
no.
did.
It got
I heard about
quiet,
this.
and I read the definition of interference out loud.
That
And
is
then all of a
amazing.
sudden, they started calling interference.
So we're not gonna say that Nate did this, but
Oh my God.
we're gonna heavily infer it.
I could not believe it. This game, I think we all kind of wanted it to just be, let's get out of here healthy, no injuries, no nothing.
Nobody
Don't
get
take any
hurt,
stupid
nobody
penalties.
gets suspended.
Yeah. There were
the
two.
You Can't See Me People's Elbow match, and that was great.
2 game misconducts. Mike Virginiakis's was Hanson Buchanan's unsportsmanlike conduct and 10-minute misconduct was crap.
Yeah,
it was bad. Yeah, a lot of penalties in this game.
Those penalties just screamed, we're trying to keep this from getting way more out of hand than it could have gotten.
And I think the referees did a good job with that. I will say that the one thing they did well is when there were scuffles, they broke it up and they gave guys penalties.
Yeah.
Look,
you just
and
have
I
to do
think
that
the referees knowing the situation both teams were into, and I'm sure they talked about it before the game. Like, this game doesn't mean anything for either team. There's no point in doing this. Let's just give guys penalties if stuff happens, and let's move on. Like, David Maloragni, thank God he's graduating. It's Canisius on the board first. Yeah, Jesus. That guy, he's good too. That's the problem. That's why I don't like him. And then about a minute and a half later, red hot Matty Wild. And a great play by Fukakusa to find him in front of the net, and he buries it. While they were announcing the Canisius goal. And yeah, I think we all just kept saying, keep talking, keep going, keep announcing your team's goal while we celebrate, because this is great. And then the second was very eventful with being a 0-0 period.
Yeah.
Lots of penalties in the second. Couple misunderstandings is what we'll call them. But
10
I think
penalties in the second period.
I think I saw
Good Lord.
the craziest thing. There was potential for this to be the craziest thing I've ever seen on a sheet of ice. Griffin Lofgren, who we had been picking on all weekend
for being short,
which is funny because we had Dan Willett, and Dan Willett's an all-time fan favorite.
Time out there. The fact that the Oompa Loompa chant could be heard on the stream was absolutely freaking incredible, and hats off to you guys that were there that actually made it that loud. I'm sad I couldn't go to that game, but the fact that I'm sitting there watching the stream and all I hear is Oompa Loompa. And then
anyway,
Fool started singing "It's a Small World" later, and I could hear that too.
Yeah,
that
so
was,
he was in the box for the Casero power play goal in the third, and that's when we started singing it. Anyway, so the puck goes off the back glass. Griffin Lofgren catches it on his stick out of midair and almost Michigans it into the top corner. It fell off his stick. And if it didn't, it might have gone in and it would have been the most insane goal I've ever seen in my life.
Thank God that didn't happen.
Caleb said he looked up at me and my jaw was on the floor. For a solid 2 minutes, I was like, what did I just see?
That would have been so bad. Oh my God. Thank God.
It would have been so awesome. He would have celebrated right in front of us too. Like it.
Yeah, he would have 100%.
And it would have been deserved. Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, third period comes around. JoJo from kind of his kitchen. He totally deked the crap out of this Canisius guy with the fake backhand pass. The Canisius guy goes to block and JoJo just pulls it back and says thank you and rips one. Posting in. The sound of that goal on the stream was beautiful. Because you get the ping and then you get the loudness of the 900 RAT fans there.
900 RAT.
Saw Owen Power.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because he's friends with Fukakusa and Wild because they played together because they're all from Mississauga.
Good Lord.
And I'm sure they know Cat. I'm sure he knows Caddy too, but he was walking around with Fukakusa's dad and I fanboyed a little bit.
Did you get to talk to him at all?
No. I was too scared. He was with his girlfriend. Just wanted to enjoy the hockey game. I didn't want to be that guy.
Totally would have.
It's funny though, because Zoe was freaking out, and I know for a fact she would leave me for Owen Power in a heartbeat. So, anyway,
you don't want to give her the chance to do that.
And then Christian Catalano on a 3-on-1.
Disgusting.
This goal was disgusting.
Oh my God!
I thought he was going to Fukakusa across the ice.
I thought he
was ready
passed,
for the one. I thought he was gonna. And he just goes around the defender and rips it top shelf. And
dude, this kid
is good.
He just takes the puck and scores in the most weird ways. Like there was the one.
This line is good.
Oh my God! Yeah, this line has heated up, dude. Like
That's scary.
Dude, like 3-4 of the goals we had on Friday when Rocky's naming off who's a part of it. It was a combination of Wild, Catalano, Fukakusa for like 3 or 4 of them.
This was their best weekend.
Easily. And if they
click, it's probably not close.
Oh, if they've clicked right now, that's deadly for
scary.
The we have to,
that could single-handedly win you a championship.
Yeah, if your fourth line is that good.
If your second line is cooking, what are teams going to do? Because nobody in Atlantic hockey has the depth we do.
No. Also,
we've seen every team.
The power play has been absolutely phenomenal. Let's make that clear right now. He's been
Matthew Wild has been
that power play.
He earned that spot too.
That power play lineup of Wilkie, Casero, Hanson Buchanan, Lasky, and Wild, just crack. Literal crack. Like, oh my God, it's insane.
Matteo Giampa, rookie of the year. I think he locked it up this weekend. He had 3 points on his team's 4 goals. Kid's good. He's going to be good for a while, which sucks.
There's nobody else that's good at Canisius, though.
They had more guys. So when they started their senior ceremony, they had all their seniors lined up on the sideboards and their non-seniors on the goal line. They had more guys on the sideboards than they had on the goal line.
That half that team is gone. More than half that team is gone. Also, I love the fact
they have a couple seniors that can come back, and Trevor Large is known to like to use the portal. So we'll see what they look like next year. But RAT goes 1 for 6 on the power play. Canisius goes 1 for 8. So that was big.
Yeah, that was huge.
Special teams was the difference in this game, our penalty kill. I mean, and then even our power play in the third, the one before we scored, they had 4 shots, and I think we had the puck in the zone for 1:40 of the 2 minutes.
Yeah, we had it for most of it.
And their penalty killers were gassed, and the next penalty came 50 seconds later, and we scored 17 seconds into it.
Yeah, Their penalty kill had nothing. Like
their penalty kill was gassed.
they had nothing in the tank, and then they got forced back out there. Like, yeah.
The Canisius broadcasters, when we scored the second goal, they said something about how they expected RAT to absolutely suffocate Canisius for the last 5 minutes, and I'm pretty that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
I think RAT is the one team in this league that can do that on a night-to-night basis, where if they get a lead late in the game, your chances of scoring to tie the game are minimal.
Well, and then you also think that also with the
And
rest
you
of the
need that in
season,
playoff games.
Yeah, and if you got a lead late in the game, and you got a fan base like the Corner Crew that's going to be loud as all hell, they're going to juice you to no end, and they're going to keep you from blowing that because they're going to give you the oomph you need, and sold out. I think it's safe to say I feel like every playoff game we have this year is going to be sold out.
No, because it's break.
Yeah.
Crap, you're right.
I think we'll be good Friday, Saturday for the quarterfinals. I think, and then Sunday we'll if we need Sunday, we'll have a decent crowd because of the locals that'll come.
Yep.
And then I think it might be the opposite for the semifinals. Friday we might be but the Amerks aren't home, which is good. So we can get the local crowd. And then Saturday, Sunday, people will start to be coming back. But one series at a time. I think we're switching the clock here to playoffs, which I think is a good thing.
And I think we're going into the playoffs in a fantastic spot. I mean, you have the phenomenal game Friday where you just beat the absolute hell out of them, and then Saturday you win. Yes, it's by one, but you beat them on their senior night and sent them home in their bus back to their campus because you have your building is not in your own campus. By the way, the video of Dan and all those guys is still funny after all these years. That's going to get sent to the C block every single time we play them for the rest of the time. It's so good. I feel like we are going into the playoffs with a fantastic amount of momentum right now.
I almost wish there wasn't a bye.
Yeah.
I'm
with you on that one.
Like the bye's good. We, guys are nursing some injuries. They can get healthy, all that other stuff. But I almost wish we could play next weekend only because I feel like you can lose your momentum in 2 weeks. I think this team, we'll be fine, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on, especially in game one.
Yes.
Of the quarterfinals. Like that first period of game one is very important because you can lose a game in the first period.
Yeah.
You can absolutely lose a game in the first period, but you can win a game in the third period.
So looking at the current standings right now, getting into that, speaking of the playoffs,
should we do scores first because those are important?
Actually, yes. Thank you for that. Dan, go do the scores.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, get him, Dan.
I'm the host. Do what I say.
JJ's band. JJ's band.
I mean, with how this started, that was kind of funny.
On Thursday, pair of games. Purple team's hosting, purple team's losing.
Good.
We already mentioned Bentley beating Holy Cross 5-1. That would steal the regular season title for the Tigers. Niagara also lost to Mercyhurst 6-1.
That was like perfectly. That was kind of creepy.
5-0 before Niagara scored their first goal in the third period.
So good.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
On Friday, a 2-2 tie between AIC and Army, with Army taking the shootout. Air Force swept Robert Morris 5-2 and 2-1. AIC picked up the other 3 points in that series against Army 5-1 on Saturday. Niagara wins the last game of the 3-game series in a week against Mercyhurst 4-3.
Which sucked so hard because that would have meant. I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
And Bentley and Sacred Heart skate to a 2-2 tie, with Bentley taking the extra point in the shootout.
So looking now at the standings as the end of the regular season, Robert Morris finished in dead last, which is where I told you all they were going to end when the season started, and you all said I was wrong. They ended the season in 11th. I told you guys they were going to finish dead last. You
I
guys
didn't
said
say you were wrong. I said I think they can finish better than last.
you said they were going to be sneaky and finish higher than last, and I said
They
there's no
could have,
chance.
and dude, they were not a bad team this year.
They were fine.
By no means. They were
They
for
were
a team that
fine.
had to rebuild themselves.
Oh yes. So
They had a heck of a year.
So RMU finishes 11th with 25 points. Army finished 10th, slightly above them with 28. Mercyhurst finishes 9th with 30. Canisius finishes 8th with 33. Bentley finishes 7th with Bentley and Niagara finished with the same amount of points. However, Bentley has the tiebreaker over them, so Bentley technically gets 6, Niagara gets 7. Which I am so pissed now because we were so friggin' close.
Sacred Heart ruined it. Sacred Heart ruined it.
Bums. We would have had a freaking RMU versus
If
Niagara.
Sacred Heart could have just freaking scored in overtime.
Damn it, man. I so wanted to have Chad go in there and
Wanted
just get
it
a shutout
so
against
bad.
them. The
But
greatest
can I be
thing
honest?
ever.
Can I be honest? I like Robert Morris's chances against Bentley.
I think they have a good chance against Bentley. So Niagara finishes 7th. Bentley finishes 6th because we have tiebreakers.
Woof.
Yeah.
You live?
Yeah, I'm good. Hiccups got me for a second. AIC sneakily gets out of having to play in the first round. They finished 5th with 42. The Chair Force remained in 4th with 44 points. Sacred Heart and Holy Cross also finished 3rd and 2nd, respectively. Sacred Heart with 45 points, Holy Cross with 2. And RIT finished with a 6 points of Canisius with
2. Man, they sucked this year.
Who did?
Holy Cross, you said they had 2.
Oh, sorry.
They had 46.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
They finished in the 2 spot.
Yes, they finished in the 2 spot. Good God, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Great.
Clip that, Zoe. Clip that.
Now that's gonna get freaking clipped, Lord.
Yup.
So RIT then finishes the season with 54.
Yeah, with 54 points because JJ's mic went out again.
Yep, love that. With 54 points in the number 1 seed, so that is how we will go. So looking forward to the games that are coming up because we do not have to play. So we will now look to see how the other teams do. So I will let Dan go over what matchups we will be having going forward and who we would hope to win.
Single elimination this Saturday.
God, I love college hockey.
Canisius will host Mercyhurst at 6:05. Bentley hosts Robert Morris at 7, and Niagara hosts Army at 7. There is one matchup for the quarterfinals that's already set. It's the 4 and 5 seed that I didn't pay attention to what JJ said.
AIC is going out to Colorado.
Ooh,
that series is going to be very interesting.
That's a tough series.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough trip in the regular season, let alone for the playoffs. The one thing is you do get the bye, so they can go out they might go out early.
I could see that
earlier than normal.
Just get acclimated to everything ahead of time.
I know when our team goes out, they go out Wednesday night. I wouldn't be surprised if AIC goes out Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just because of its playoffs.
Just get the extra day. So looking at the 3 games we will have this weekend, let's do our predictions for those and kind of talk about a little bit what we think our mindset's going to be.
Let's go game by game.
Yep.
I like going game
or series by series, I should say.
It's not a series though. It's a one game.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, yeah, game by game. That's fair.
So the one I'm really intrigued with is definitely Canisius Mercyhurst.
That's the one that's going to be the closest.
I think the scores this year between the two, and they played 3 times. Hello.
I don't care if you're still recording. The stove was still on, and I just left the house for 40 minutes.
Oh my god. Which one was on?
The one that has the taco meat.
I thought I turned it off.
No, it was still on.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, timestamp this.
Okay.
I don't know what JJ thinks.
Are we
is
good though?
Funny?
Are we good though? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What JJ thinks is so funny over there.
Oh, I'm not laughing at that. I'm more laughing at Dan and his just stone cold reaction to the whole
JJ is
thing.
so funny.
Dan's face when you said that.
Like
Okay, are you
Dan's face
good?
just straight up froze.
All right.
I had Dan do a timestamp so we know where to clip this
Yeah.
out, so you don't have to get screamed at on the pod.
She's mad at me, but it's not my fault. Whatever. Anyway, okay. So let's find a place where we can so she can cut that out. All right. So the series I'm most interested in looking at is Canisius and Mercyhurst. And Mercyhurst took 2 out of 3 per se. They took 1 in a shootout. So 3-3 tie, 5-1 win for the Lakers, and a 4-1 win for the Griffs. The fact that this game is in Buffalo could be a difference maker. Not really, but
No
I mean,
one's
the
gonna be
last time-
there.
I guess.
That's my
Also,
thing.
a
is we'll see.
short trip between the two.
I feel
Right,
like
so
there's gonna be no
that's-
more Mercyhurst fans than there will be Canisius fans there.
Yeah, we'll see. It depends on if there's basketball at Canisius, but which I mean, they're a basketball school, right? Like we're a hockey school.
Even
There's
if
gonna
there
be
is,
people
there's
at
still
hockey
gonna be
games,
nobody
but-
there.
I think this game comes down to can Canisius get the goaltending that Fessenden had been giving them for the majority of the year
Before he totally gave out.
before he gave out. If he can bounce back from that 9-2 loss because he didn't play Saturday.
That I was kind of
He-
surprised by.
I wasn't. I was shocked Tommy played.
I so thought Luke was gonna play Saturday.
I thought Luke was going to play Saturday.
And I think the reason Luke didn't play is because we have the bye. You want to keep Tommy as fresh as possible.
Right. It is going to be a good game in that one. I think Canisius wins because I don't know if Mercyhurst can keep them off the scoreboard as much as they need to. But
We shall see.
yeah,
I think
What do
it
you
all
guys think?
comes down to whether Mercyhurst goalies can steal something for them. Whoever they end up starting.
I'm gonna have my orange bias is showing. I'm gonna say Mercyhurst wins just because I hate Canisius.
well, yeah,
But at the same time, I think I would almost rather have to play Canisius than play Mercyhurst. Just because our last
Yeah.
two outings, we had them. We really did. Obviously, Friday that was that was utter domination, and then Saturday was they came out hot, and then we just kind of took over, and they couldn't do anything afterwards. So like, I feel more confident against Canisius than I do against Mercyhurst, especially with how much our guys hate them. That's not going to be it's just another playoff game. It's a no. This is a playoff rivalry game. We are not letting them win. And with us being at home, it's going to be even bigger.
yeah. Which that is nice having home ice throughout the whole thing. The 7-10 game, go Army. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
That's
don't want to have to play Niagara at any point in the
Nope.
postseason.
Nope. I want them
No.
gone.
I think
done.
I think Niagara is in a position where Army can go in there and beat them. I wouldn't be surprised if Army goes in there and just destroys them. I really wouldn't.
That game comes down to goaltending.
Yeah.
And we just saw what Gavin Abrick did last weekend. So holy crap, he can definitely steal them a game.
He hasn't even been the guy that's played all the games.
No, I think he's going to be going forward.
Evan Sarzi played 26 games for Army this year. He's a junior.
I feel like we're going to see Abrick most of the time. Honest to God.
I don't know.
He had a phenomenal weekend.
Did he play? Did he play both games?
Oh.
Oh, all right. He played Friday.
He made
But he
that
also he gave up 5 on Saturday though.
Oh, that's true. I don't know.
4.
I feel like it's a crapshoot with them.
Oh, it was one empty net. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's goaltending in this game. I give Niagara the edge because of Fisk. Because let's be honest, let's look at this without the orange colored glasses. Jarrett Fisk is a damn good goaltender.
Jarrett Fisk is also an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't care. So
Jared Fisk is a really good goaltender.
who was caught by AI?
He could carry Niagara. He could.
Cut
He could
by
carry Niagara.
AIC or chose to leave.
He
You know what?
chose to leave.
I'm gonna
He chose
say
to
that.
Exactly.
It's funnier to say that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just go with the first
leave.
one. That one, I think Army takes that game. I really do.
As much as I hate it,
because of my orange glasses, I think Army's taking that one.
I think Niagara wins.
I think the only way Army takes it is if this game goes to overtime.
Mm-hmm. And they score quick into overtime because I think the longer that game goes, Niagara win. And I think this next game is the one we're all looking at.
Oh God, RMU,
If there's an
please
upset
win.
to be had,
It's this.
it's this one.
Chad Veltri.
Because I think
You
we've said it
beautiful
before.
bastard.
Chad Veltri can steal you a game in the playoffs.
And we've also been pretty damn good against RMU all year, and I'd kind of like to start our playoff run against them. So maybe let's have that happen.
I don't know. Do you really want to have Chad Veltri hit a
No.
groove and then have him come to GPC?
Not really, but
I'm not gonna lie to you, Dan.
I just think we have more talent than they do. I think that's what it comes down to.
I don't think it'll matter. I think they can beat Bentley because they split with Bentley, didn't they?
I'm looking right now. Bentley and Robert Morris split the first games late in October. And those were the only 2 games they played.
So I feel like this game is going to be close. This is
Robert Morris
way
won
closer
4-3 with 2 third period goals late. Bentley won 3-0 the next night.
I think RMU is going to win this game. I really do. I think due in part because of Chad. I think but I also think the minute they win that game, they got to play us. There is no chance they're getting by it. It just doesn't. I just don't see it.
You're jumping the gun here, dude.
I know. And trust me, I know. Listen. I want an excuse to wear the hot dog costume 2 more times. So give me that.
So it doesn't become a colossal waste of money.
I paid $15 for it.
Even though it already is a colossal waste of money.
Hey. I'm on the pregame
Yes.
hype video now, so it's not a waste of money. That's totally worth it now.
You are not in it because you're wearing a hot dog costume. You're in it because you sit in the front 2 rows.
Time out. I'm holding
That's
the
why
letters
you're in it.
in the hot dog costume.
Yes, again, because you just so happen to be wearing a hot dog costume.
And you know what?
We're really arguing about this right now.
The attention was drawn to it because of the hot dog costume.
I'm gonna go with my 3 predictions are Canisius, Niagara, and Robert Morris.
I'm gonna say Canisius, Army, Robert Morris.
Mercyhurst, Robert Morris, and Niagara.
So that would bring the Colonials to town. Mercyhurst goes to Holy Cross, and for Dan, Niagara goes to Sacred Heart again for the 2nd straight year. I don't like that because Niagara can absolutely beat Sacred Heart. They absolutely can beat Sacred Heart. And honestly, I think they would.
I don't know. You know
Dude,
what?
Niagara's good.
And Sacred Heart's been kind of iffy the last few weeks.
They've been kind of iffy the last few weeks. Now the bye can fix that. I think they have some injuries as well.
So is Holy Cross.
And no, Holy Cross had won 7 in a row coming into that game on Thursday.
Yeah, and then they got
One
pounded.
loss doesn't necessarily sink your ship. You know, they won 7 of 8 to end the year, and now they have to sit on a 5-1 loss for 2 weeks. But
That's not great morale wise.
Yeah.
That's not
but
great morale wise.
there's no sense in talking about next
What could
weekend
be.
or the weekend after too much, because in a 1-game situation, I mean, I don't think it's a crazy thing that I would not be absolutely shocked if Mercyhurst, Robert Morris, and Army all won.
I wouldn't either.
That's not the craziest scenario
No.
that I've seen.
It would be different if we were talking about best of 3 series.
Yes.
But
if
in a single
if all
game,
3 of those won, yeah.
That's not crazy to say at all.
Because you need one good night from your goaltender.
Mm-hmm.
You need one
bad
good game.
night or one bad night
or
overall
one bad
that
night
just
from your
sink your
goaltender.
team.
It's and the goaltending in Atlantic hockey has been the reason a lot of teams have won games this year. So
Especially Holy Cross.
don't be surprised if all 3 games are low scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't be surprised if all 3 games are high scoring and track meets and
Straight up blowouts.
yeah.
I feel like one of these games is going to end up being a blow.
Yeah, and I think that one game could be Niagara and Army.
In
And I
favor
think
of who?
it's Niagara. If one of these games is going to be a blow, it's going to be Niagara absolutely blowing the doors off of Army. JJ, you're looking at it with the orange glasses, man. Niagara's a good hockey team. They scare me. They scare me. They absolutely scare me.
After that last game, they do not scare me.
They scare me a lot.
Do you think they can beat us twice in our house?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I
absolutely.
don't.
I think anybody can beat us twice.
I think Holy Cross can. Holy Cross can. Sacred
now
Heart
the question is, can they beat us 2 nights in a row?
No.
I don't think so, because I said that going into the Holy Cross series last year was Holy Cross was not going to beat us 2 nights in a row, and they didn't have to.
No.
They stole in a best of 3, game 1 is crucial. And I think we saw that with the women this past weekend.
I'm less scared of Niagara, mostly because we beat ourselves those 2 games. Right. And then we really pulled it together in 3 and took it. And I don't think that team makes the same stupid mistakes they did against Niagara. Let's be real. If that power play mishap doesn't happen at the second game at Dwyer, we win that game.
I agree.
And I don't think this team allows that garbage to happen again.
What's nice is we won't see Niagara until the semifinals anyway. So they have two chances to get eliminated. I really do like Robert Morris in that Bentley game, though.
I do. I think they're going to take it.
We'll see. What sucks is that they're all at the same time, and Flo doesn't have the freaking multi-screen picture-in-picture option. So we can't watch all 3 games at once, because I totally would.
So what you do is you get 3 projectors and you set them up so you can hook up a laptop to each one and do it that way.
You need 3 different Flow accounts, though.
You need 3 Flow accounts.
Corner Crew's got 3 different Flow accounts. That'll work. That will be the most.
So we should have. I would down to have somebody stream individual games, but
yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll see. I'm probably gonna watch the Bentley Robert Morris game, but actually, it depends on how the Sabres do this week. The Sabres win both games this week. Then they got Vegas on Saturday, so we'll see.
Oh God, I forgot that Saturday. Yikes!
What are you guys doing Saturday night?
Working.
Ooh, rip.
Let's hear. We almost went to that game, but then we saw the tickets were all over $100.
$80. When I looked, they were $80. Nope.
Like, maybe not. That's not really worth it. Anyways, I think this is a good spot for us to leave it for
playoffs.
Playoffs.
This time of year.
Wait, we can't make that joke anymore because it is the playoffs now.
Playoffs. Love it.
With this being all that being said, thank you for watching. If you have not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you are notified when all episodes go live. Like maybe another interview that we may have filmed about 20 minutes before starting this one. So I don't know. Can't say nothing about that right now. In the description will also be links to all the social media, especially Instagram. We're getting close to 2,100 followers. So keep that number on going up. I want to hit 3 by the time next season starts. Probably not going to happen, but I can dream. Discord's
3?
also, yeah, we're at 2,100 already.
We have 3. We already have 3 followers, dude.
3,000, you dingo. Good Lord. Also in the description, like I previously mentioned before I was rudely interrupted, is the link to the Discord that everybody is welcome to join. All kinds of fun stuff in there. Special thanks, as always, to Ryan, the Meme Lord West, for making even more funny stuff for us to post. Your stuff is hilarious. We love it. It's awesome.
And thank you, Zoe, for updating our podcast all year long.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Zoe.
Thank you, Zoe.
Nate, yeah, Nate kind of stole that from me, so I'm just I'll let him thank Zoe from now on.
You hadn't said it all year, dude.
Oh, well. We also mentioned her a bunch, so there's that. Yes. We will see everybody not next weekend, but the weekend after for playoff games. But we will be watching with you to see who it is we end up playing next weekend. We will see you guys later. Go Tigers.
Full talk.
Oh my God, I get a weekend off for once.
R-I-T, R-I-T, R-I-T.